What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Quill Will, and we are back. The Three Guys with Common Sense podcast. This is like episode 12 now, something like that. But
I think so.
we here. We're here, and
episode.
We're still doing what we got to do. It is. Oh, fuck that guy. But anyway, again, my name is Quill Will, and I am accompanied by the greatest co-host you could ever ask for. We got the slanger man himself, Avatar Slang. What's going on, my brother? What's happening?
So it's just great to know that we're lasting longer than Yao Ming's career.
Wow.
Oh, Woo.
We might get to that later because I got a question for you from a Facebook post that we were talking at.
And I have a great answer because I know why I said that now.
Okay.
And I'm also going to introduce Prosecco Mike himself, Moolah Mike Money. He got something to say. The floor is his.
Speaking of Prosecco, first of all, let me show you my shirt. Big up to Biggie Smalls. Real sick. We're all nice. I perform like Mike, anyone, Tyson, Jordan, Jackson, action. And here's the action.
Dope.
We are over 5,000 views on Facebook for the podcast. And I promise my boys that when we get over 3,000, I'll pop a bottle of champagne live on the pod. And now we're over 5, so I really got to pop. I did want to play some Hove, but I don't want that smoke from Rock Nation. So here we go. Hopefully y'all can hear it. Here we go.
Here we go.
There we go. Got the little smoke on. So I'll pour me nice glass. It's not Prosecco, Quill. It is rosé.
That's
I'm
okay.
like Rick Ross, but I just don't have a stomach. So let's get right to it.
Do you even like Rick Ross?
Huh?
He loves
Do you
Rick
even like Rick Ross?
I love Rick Ross.
Okay, cool. All right, I didn't know that. All right.
First of all, let's say justice for Breonna Taylor. Let's get that out the way first. And justice for Will Smith's wife because Austin Alsina is lying on her. She did not
you ain't gonna pronounce his name right, Austin.
She did not sleep with that boy. That boy's a liar.
Oh, wait, who's Austin Alsina?
Austin Alsina. He's ass. His music is trash. He's doing all this for a publicity stunt, just like my boy.
Mike, are you the old guy? Are you getting up my yard?
No, I just hate August Alsina.
Okay, cool.
He won't even call him by his real name. It's Austin.
Oh,
he's Austin from now on.
He's that villain from Princess and the Frog.
Wow. At least you're consistent in your Disney theme.
Yeah.
The slander. The slander.
Austin Alsina, stop lying on my fellow West Philly brethren, Will Smith, saying that he gave you permission to fuck his wife.
No, he's your cousin. He's my brother.
Okay, well, stop lying on my brother, bitch.
Wow.
Get on with the pod.
Okay. Wow.
And Kanye, no one's voting for you. You're just trying to take votes away from the Democrats so Biden doesn't get all the votes and your boy Trump can get back in. Peasant.
Wow.
I don't even think he needed help, but that's cool. That's a different conversation.
The hot takes are coming in. Mike is on a roll.
I'm on
Well,
fire.
Trump's gonna win anyway.
We over
But that's
5,000
different.
views on Facebook. Don't forget to subscribe to us on what's that? Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And also
The link is up. It transfers you the service you prefer. Actually.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Well, one day we're gonna be on Tidal. Shout out to Hove. Anyway, let me get my last shout out in. Also, join our nice group that we have going. We actually changed the name. We just used to talk basketball, but now we talk all sports. So it's common sense, hip hop, and sports.
Yep.
Obviously, all of us are Phillies fans, so we don't talk baseball hardly, really. But apparently, we're going to talk wrestling. I won't be there for that. I
can talk playoffs.
Yeah. I'll just be there for my surface football talks and my deep dives on basketball and hip hop. On to the pod. I'm done talking.
So since we're getting on to the pod, listeners, did any of y'all see the meals they're feeding these guys out there in a bubble? Y'all honestly think with these nut-ass meals that they're really going to stay inside the bubble?
Crazy eyes eat better food on Orange is the New Black.
And they're going to move on to COVID-21.
She ate pussy on that shit.
It's terrible, y'all. Like, Joel said it best. He's like, I trust myself. Yeah, Joel, outside of me seeing him out on the town a few times myself, but He right.
Illuminati?
Yeah, he's a 26.
You just see him normally?
I've seen him about 4 or 5 times.
He lives downtown.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess it makes sense.
He likes to go to a spot, Morgan's Pier. He just sits in the corner.
Wow,
he don't even drink.
I don't like that's called Morgan's Pier because it reminds me of Piers Morgan.
Now you're gonna have 4,099 people following Joel Embiid.
So what ends up happening is he's talking about he just plays video games and stays inside, which I believe. But now he said, what about other people? And then I'm like, damn, Ben Simmons comes to mind. What about those social people that want to get out, that want to do stuff? If they already not testing the Disney employees like that, what's going to keep guys from wanting to get out of the bubble, from sneaking out? The thrill of the of sneaking and not getting caught. Come on, like they should have just canceled the fucking season. Canceled that shit.
Well, you're not wrong, but I'm going to be Molly Kieran right now, whatever her name is, and bring it back to center. Jalen Rose's wife, whatever. What country are we in?
America.
And we're a capitalist society. That's what you're saying is foreign to them. You might be speaking Arabic to them. Like, you don't skip on money.
That's actually how America's going to get great again. More capitalism.
You think so?
In Trump's world, yeah.
Oh, okay. I got you. I'm an Avatar guy, so I think it's about balance, but that's a different conversation. But all I'm saying is what you're saying was foreign. Say again?
You fuck with your hair too, like the other Avatar people?
I was talking about the cartoon.
Oh.
I'm not talking about the blue people. I'm talking about the Nicktoon.
I'm so sorry. I thought you were
No,
I
don't
don't know. Michael is not a big cartoon guy outside of Disney.
Nope.
So he has no idea of anything outside of
I'm
Disney.
going to put you on to some things that's Mike friendly. I'm going to make you watch anime though, because you're not ready for that.
I'm not watching anime.
Okay, we'll work you through that.
So did y'all hear? I just read the NFL is gonna possibly allow players to opt out. They're working on that now for this upcoming season. Do you guys foresee any big stars opting out?
We are. I mean, we saw.
Yeah, there's three teams in Florida.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna
opt out. This is a bad state.
They're gonna opt out.
Yeah.
Do I think it's going to be a more dramatic? I mean, more of a number than the NBA? Yeah, because it's more people.
Right.
It's, 52-man roster? So
percentages will work out probably about the same, but the people obviously is going to be more people because there's more people in the league.
It's definitely going to be more people, and I'm hearing that just to go to games and talking about signing a waiver. I mean, that to me that's just stupid. I'm never getting on the ride where I got to sign a waiver. I'm never watching anything where I got to sign a waiver. Now, Dan ain't never doing anything where I have to sign a waiver. It ain't worth it.
So you're not going to eat that spicy chicken wing that you got to sign a waiver for that they say they're not responsible for?
Nope.
Let me tell you, I'm with Mike because I'm an opportunist. Like, I'm a capitalist by birth, but a socialist at heart. I want to make quick money. If I can't sue you for getting on your ride and it going wrong, I don't want no part.
It's probably not your thing.
You gotta be like me, man. Just get on this a small world.
Okay.
What?
Yeah. Can't get hurt on that ride. That's actually an All Lives Matter ride, but continue.
No. Let me point out something about you, Mike. You live in your world, your Disney and Jay-Z world, that you don't realize other people don't know what you're talking about.
That's true.
Oh,
I also live in my own little basketball world too.
Okay, so what's your ride called, real quick?
It's a small world. It's an All Lives Matter ride in Fantasyland in Magic Kingdom.
Okay, what Disney property is that based off of, real quick?
It's in both Disney World and Disneyland, and Anaheim, California, and Lakewood, Florida.
Is it based off of any Disney movie or no?
No, but there's Disney characters in the ride because they go in different countries and they sing It's a Small World in different languages.
Oh, I get it. That makes sense. So we're all connected type thing.
It's supposed to unify
That makes sense because Disney has different cultures in their movies. Cool, got you.
It really should be called "It's an All Lives Matter World."
Nope, not doing this.
Not gonna slander Disney.
God damn it, Disney! They actually had to change a ride called Splash Mountain. They're actually making that into Princess and the Frog.
Yeah, I heard that.
Because the ride that it was based on was Song of the South. If you don't know about that movie, Google it because I don't feel like getting into it. You know what? I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna just tell you just a quick paraphrase. Quick Mike Sparknote. It was a former slave who was explaining to little white kids how slavery was fun in the cartoon version.
No way.
Oh
Yes.
no.
I don't want to elaborate.
Yep.
Oh no.
I don't even want to elaborate.
You can't even find the movie on VHS or DVD anymore. But I watched it when I was like 10. I found it in a flea market.
I'm sorry you did, man.
No, that's definitely not a good look.
Continue with the pod.
I'm not. That's quite disturbing, actually.
Oh no! Speaking of Disney, since we're in Disney, we got to talk about Cap's new deal with Disney.
Okay.
Oh, Cap capitalist. You did it, buddy. You got a job. This is what you wanted, baby. This is what you wanted.
The rest of the podcast to watch, y'all.
This is what you wanted. You got your job. Got your job. Now you got your documentary. You're working with ESPN.
She works with ESPN.
Partnership. You're working with ESPN alongside them. Don't matter. Let me just get this out the way, and then y'all give y'all opinions. First of all, I am very happy for Cat. I stand with Cat, but I damn sure did not give a damn if he had a job or not. I stood with him because he was with against police brutality and the effects that happens to people, black and brown people that look like me and him and Derek and Equal. Like I said, I don't give a damn if that man had a job or not. I was not fighting for Colin Kaepernick to have a job. That's where Colin Kaepernick's camp and his supporters of his camp took his little thing and ran with. Y'all were fighting for him to get a job back in the NFL. Okay, newsflash, you told us the NFL was racist, but you want him to get back into the NFL to play for a racist organization. I didn't get it. So then when Jay-Z went in there to fix the racial issues happening within the culture of the NFL, everybody got mad because he didn't bring Colin Kaepernick along with him. And two big people that was loud about it was Van Lathan and Jemele Hill. Oh, let's get back to Jemele Hill because she's also working with Disney again after she got canceled in the same week, which that wasn't really a cancellation. But anyway, she left Disney because they weren't taking her views on pushing Black culture and ESPN while she was present there. And she left because of creative difficulties. Take that.
Wait, let me add on to that, to why she left part real quick.
Go ahead.
Also, because ESPN, her and other people, Will King and other people motivated the idea of talking about politics and social stuff on ESPN. Right. And some people were like, keep it as sports. Mm-hmm. So that was the creative difference. Just to be more specific, but continue.
Right. Thank you for adding that. Now she's back working with, alongside Disney in a partnership with Cat. So I'm gonna just say this and I'm gonna get out of it real quick. At some point, they're gonna have to kiss up and say that the only reason why they was mad at Jay-Z is because your pockets wasn't aligned with his. Because that's what it was all about. That's what it looks like to me. Because you went and got your bag, just like Jay-Z went and potentially allegedly got his bag with the NFL. Because to make change, you have to be in the building to make change. You have to sit at the table to eat. You don't get fed the crumbs on the ground. Change is not going to happen because you're typing away in 140 characters on Twitter. No, change happens when you get in the room and you make changes.
Okay.
So,
is that your thing? Oh,
the
my bad. I thought you.
In closing, the criticism of Jamel Hill, because Cap don't say a fucking word because you signed an NDA. The criticism from Jamel Hill and Cap's camp against Jay-Z was unfair. And it's coming out now that it's unfair. And you just want to align your pockets. I'll never speak bad on a black man, black woman, black anything. Aligning their pockets. You just don't have to tear down another black man doing the same thing. I'm out.
So, okay. Let me give you the counter. My counter isn't from my standpoint, but being an artsy guy, okay, agree or disagree. When you're in a certain niche or field, a lot of people kind of have a certain vibe or thing to them. So I'm in an artsy field, so a lot of those people are like, you know, they kind of have a niche to them. Like, what they're usually a lot of black socialists, a lot of tech. Like, if black hippies was a thing, that would be them. So they're really like, I'll say they're like black anarchists in a way. Does that make sense, Quill?
Yeah,
Mike. So I see a lot of those type of people. Mike, you saw my live when I was at the West Philly, and they're trying to free Mamiya. What is that the name, right?
Yes.
I saw it.
Yeah. So I see that up close. Whether I agree with it or not, at least I see what they're saying. I know what their message is. So I want to say it's more complex than what you said.
Oh,
so
I'm. Everybody knows I'm on the side of Hov, unless he does something really out of line. No, but my knowledge comes from being the guy who like I said, I'm a fan of Jamel Hill. I'm a fan of Colin Kaepernick, but I'm also.
So you know how to separate their views from what you like.
Correct. Just like I don't like everything that Jay-Z does, but you won't know it because I only speak about the things I like. No, but that's just how I am in life. That's just how I am in life.
Wow.
I'm very vocal with the things I don't like, except
so you're my twin in some ways.
Correct.
Because people only know that I say things are trash.
Right. And I'm known as, and you know that I'm known as the guy who I throw little shots everywhere. But at the same time, when I like something, you know that I like something.
That's true.
I don't shy away from that because I don't see the point in shying away from it. But also, stop sharing that bullshit Master P is with Jay-Z, what Jay-Z thinks.
Okay, we'll get on that in a second because I feel like we got to tie that in perfectly.
So
go ahead, Quill. Before we get on that.
I think it's even simpler than that. To be honest, I think Jay-Z's status is enviable amongst the black community.
That's what Mike said in some ways, actually. I'm glad you said that.
I'm just going to break it down in the simplest form. Jay-Z's success irks people. The way he was able to elevate himself and his immediate circle around him irks people. And it's an inherent issue in the black community. When one of us does well, we end up, having resentment. It's that crabs in the barrel. We have the resentment for seeing people success. And now there's a whole cancel culture regarding, like, No Name, for example, saying black celebrity is an issue, blah, blah, XYZ. It's like, well, Jay is doing, prime example, Michael, our dear friend, she said to me regarding Jay-Z one time, she said, do you honestly think that man is a good man? I was like, I don't know him to say he's a good man or not. I can go based upon his actions, what you see. What you see is, he has his, the Sean Carter Foundation.
That is
what's that for you?
Education.
I saw the link. Okay.
Education. He sent kids to school.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. Okay. Like locally or all over the country?
His mother, Gloria Carter, runs that.
Yeah, he does it within the country. It's not just New York. It's everywhere.
Yep.
Even if it was just New York, that'd be dope anyway. But
he had the Clean Water Initiative, and in Africa.
What was that, Gambia?
I think so. He's
Okay.
now obviously he's been paying. He's been paying grass.
Well, I'm sorry. Can I pause you real quick because I need to get this point out there about the Africa thing.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Mike talked about this. I don't know if you saw the post, but I thought when it comes to helping Africa, I feel like some people could be very intrusive on their way of life and try to convert them to Christianity or whatever religion they like, try to change their culture. I thought it was cool that he did it in a way where he didn't infringe on their culture, which is a big deal because quick tangent, but it makes sense. We always say things on Facebook like, oh, let's all just move back to Africa, but they don't realize it's not that simple. We are not culturally African. We just have their skin and their DNA. Right. We are not like them. We're really American. So I think that is like, I think it's a big deal that he did in a way that actually helps Africans and just doesn't, in a greedy way feeds him. So correct. I thought that was really dope.
Correct.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. And it's crazy. Like the man has been bailing out. You wouldn't even know it because he doesn't broadcast. He's been bailing out people on the grassroots level during these protests and stuff for years, paying lawyer fees, getting them out of jail. He's been a champion of that. And you mean to tell me because he got a couple dollars in his pocket, well, more than a couple dollars, but he got some money in his pocket, basically saying, oh, he's capitalist, so he's evil.
Well, here's the issue.
Go ahead.
You said cancel culture. The thing about cancel culture is it at its base, it makes sense because it's like a lot of America was built on racism. So it's like, that's our thing. We do dig up things America did and hold it against America. So we're going to do that to people in power. And unfortunately, celebrities in this society have power because of the power of their voice, the power of the dollar. We're in a capitalist society. So I say that to say we do that with Jay-Z low-key. Not we as in three of us, people. He might be doing it now, but there was a point in time where we heard that narrative before we were even teenagers, that he doesn't care or he's cocky, whatever. So we're trying to, in a weird way, we're saying he should have did more, but it's like, I think if you can't really fault someone, I'm not saying this is him, but you can't, like, let's say it is him. If a overweight person is on a treadmill, you don't make fun of them while they're on the treadmill. They're on the treadmill now. So why will we say, oh, he wasn't doing that before? He started in the past 5 years. So if he's bailing out people now, why make fun of him now? Now I do understand like I was telling Mike, I do understand their view, what is wrong and right. I don't think it's as simple as just saying they're jealous, but jealousy plays a part in a way where it's like there's some people like let's be realistic. There's a lot of people who are like basically new Black Panthers, and they're socialists at heart, no matter what. Jay-Z's capitalist, no way around that. They're saying if they have money, they will redistribute it differently. Maybe they would, maybe they wouldn't. They don't have the money, so we'll never know.
You're lying.
But yeah, but I'm not gonna. That's for you to say. I'm not gonna call them liars because I've seen
a lot of people talk that distributing money stuff until they get the money, unless they
get what they want. I see what you're saying. But yeah, it's easier said than done. I'm just saying that they're jealous that they're not the ones that are able to do it. Maybe they're not jealous of the actual success, but they're like, yo, if I could rap like him, I would do something different. I get it, but that's not where I'm at. Does that make sense? Like,
it does make sense, but you have to understand. If I give $100 to you versus someone else in the street, y'all going to do two different things with it. Like I donate within my means. I'm a silent donator. The only person who really knows that I donate is Quill.
I only found out like secondhand that y'all did when we had the issue with our friend, and y'all donated to the foundation for Black Lives. That's the only time I knew, but you never talked about it before.
I donated to a person that I don't agree with at all, but I ran it through Quill to see if it was going to get to the right people, and he said yes, because Quill knows my money is good money, and I'm a do it, and I'm gonna send it to the right person. Quill can stop me if I'm lying. No, and I sent over the money, and that was that. I don't even like this person, but I know it's going to be the right cause.
In a weird way, aren't we repeating history in some ways? Martin Luther King and Malcolm X saw things differently. By the end of the day, they, no matter which road they take, the destination was the same.
Have you ever realized over my left shoulder, I have a poster of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X? Because they are the stepping stones of why this podcast exists. For me to talk to two black men in a which I'm gonna throw it out there for the folks that don't know. I never even met Derek, so I get to talk to Derek on a weekly basis, daily basis, and we get to know each other every day. And it starts from two guys who came from two different places, and they were, they had to talk it out. Things changed after that, but they wanted the same goals. They just went about it two different ways.
Fun fact.
Huh?
Oh no, I thought you were done. Go continue.
Go ahead. I just wanted to explain that. But I gave a little.
I just thought it was funny.
I gave a little away. I'm sorry.
That's cool. That's how the internet works anyway in 2020.
Yeah.
But,
make it till you make it.
Fun. It's just funny that we're talking about black socialists. Did you know Martin Luther King was a socialist?
It makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
No, like huge socialist. He just died before he fully gets that view out there. So white schools, we're in a white country, so I don't feel bad saying white schools. White schools, white agendas only taught about the civil rights thing. And he was peaceful, so they don't have no problem teaching that. Like, he's a huge socialist. Like, they call him Bernie Sanders a socialist. No, he ain't seen nothing yet. He was a socialist.
Oh, yeah.
So I just thought that was funny that we went, the conversation just came full circle.
Y'all ever went to the African American Museum?
The one down in DC? No, I haven't been yet.
That's where I got this poster from.
Oh, it was for sale there?
Yeah. We should go. We should take a common sense trip.
Yeah, we should.
That's fine.
When it opens back up, of course.
Yeah, obviously.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I went right after Christmas.
Lucky, right before everything.
Yeah. But in closing, I just want to say, Colin, get your message out there, get your documentary out there. Jamel Hill, help that black brother out. I salute, I applaud y'all. Do y'all thing. Just your criticism of Jay-Z just was unfair. That's it.
In my personal take, I think Jamel is fantastic at what she does. I love the fact her as a black woman challenges not only the patriarchy of the ESPNs and challenges the authority. She's just not afraid to speak her mind. It's okay for her to be wrong. I'm on Mike's side. I do believe that she was wrong in that regard, but I appreciate her voice. It is needed. This is not a situation where we're trying to mute or pause or tone police what she's saying. We just disagree with what she said and how she went about it. At the end of the day, we all got to go through this together. And if Colin, with this deal with with Disney and ESPN and all of that, if this is gonna work, more power to him. Great, do what you got to do, make your money, because the NFL clearly is dragging their feet. So I still don't see that happening. You've been out of the league too long, but hey, make it happen.
He's a mobile black quarterback. That's their excuse right there. Because Vince Young did less, and they made an excuse for him. So my closing thought on Jamel Hill. I think. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to use Vince as an excuse. I just feel like once you're mobile and black, it's like, oh, you're not even smart enough to make the reads.
Well, I mean, honestly, let's be honest. That's an interesting conversation to have. We can have this.
And a longer one.
We can have it for a hot second.
Okay.
Do you remember? I know, Mike. Give your take on black quarterbacks, just so everybody knows where you're standing.
My old take on black quarterbacks.
Yes.
Oh, the old take.
I don't like them. I'm a white quarterback only guy.
Why you like this?
I don't like black quarterbacks.
You're like
Teddy instead of Teddy.
You're 29, but you tap into your 49-year-old.
But don't judge me at 26 now that I'm 29. I was 26 years old. I was immature then, and Teddy Bridgewater converted me.
You make me sick.
And now he's gonna be busting that ass with the Panthers.
Yes, I still
make
follow.
me sick.
I was always, I want my quarterback, when you hit him, he turn red.
All these white quarterbacks are washed out.
I didn't
But you know what though? How many black quarterbacks are one read and run type quarterbacks? Vic was. Cunningham was.
Aaron Brooks.
And oh my God, fucking sucked.
That's a longer conversation. I really want to have that. I want to write this one down because I feel like we say that a lot.
Came from the Buccaneers. Whatever that. I think that guy was trash.
All right, but we're jumping over Warren Moon. Like, Mike.
Warren Moon was a pocket passer. That's why.
Which is my point. What I'm saying is, this is a deeper conversation. I have articles to support this. I really think we should talk about this next week if it's a dry week.
Yeah, I mean,
but we're going to put it in the agenda.
I look at McNabb. Well, McNabb is a better version because he was more than a one read and go. He was a one read and go quarterback in college in his first couple years, but he progressed into that. But that is an interesting conversation.
Y'all killing me. You kill me, Quill Biden. They both shook at the same time.
No, but seriously, how many black quarterbacks are one read and go? I mean, Lamar Jackson's kind of a one read and go guy.
Oh, come on, you're killing me. Like, all right. I'm gonna have my list and I'm gonna break down why that's not fair. And it has a lot to do with numbers in America.
I'm not saying it's not fair. I'm just saying that that's what it is.
And I'm gonna combat that. I have numbers and tape in articles. I got y'all next week the week after.
We'll put that on the agenda for next week. I think that'll be cool.
Okay, cool.
Okay. I think.
But I want my Jamal Hill closing joint real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
I think she's very radical, but wrong or right, I think is needed because I think at least. Even if she's off, at least you stop and think, like, it makes you evaluate the situation rather than just running with it. Because I think in society, we see situations, we like who we like, and we run with it. Like, let's be real, Mike. You like Jay-Z. If you see him doing something good, you're like, that's cool. I'm running with that.
You should have said love. Like is to suppress it.
I hate this guy.
I'm telling you what to say.
You know what? You're right. But yeah, okay. So, but see, that's my point. So it's like, it's easy. Like, even we're not celebrity-centric people, but there's a reason we like these people. A piece of them resonates with us in a weird way. I don't know how to put that, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So it's like when you resonate with that person, what they do, when they do something good, it almost feels, in a weird way, it feels like you're supporting what they do, or what it's like. It's almost like you would do what they did if you're in their position. That's why they resonate with you. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Jay-Z's the only reason why I started my 401k.
Okay, you know what? We're gonna box on 63rd Street for you saying that when COVID is over.
I'm serious.
I know you are. That's why we're boxing. If you weren't serious, I would let you slide.
I'm serious.
I know you are. Like, that's good. So that means you have a positive influence on Black people. If that's the reason you started your 401k.
Yep.
But yeah, I guess to say, I just think Jamel Hill, she be drawing. I wouldn't say what she be saying. I'm not. I draw all the time.
I love.
But I think that perspective is needed because I think for too long Black people kind of just accepted things. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's all.
Somebody got to be on the other side of the stick. I love Jamel Hill, though. I love Jamel Hill. I love Angela Rye. I love my Black women. Jamel Hill and Michael Smith is one of the reasons why I even wanted to do podcasts with his and hers. Mm-hmm. Well, since I'm on that tangent. Also, rest in peace, Combat Jack. He's the first podcast I ever listened to, him and Tax Tone. And, of course, Joe Biden. In that game.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't know I'm like really into podcasts.
No, because when you said that name, I'm like, I don't remember who that is. But when you said Taxstone, I'm like, okay, got you.
Yeah,
That's all.
yeah, Combat Jack, Taxstone. I listen to a lot of podcasts, man. Angela Rye, of course, Charlemagne and Andrew Schultz, Brilliant Idiot. So
They're good.
Listen, man. I'm not here without those people. So listen, salute to all of them. Jamel Hill, this is just brother and sister criticism. That's it.
Fair
I'll
enough.
stand in the line to meet her, but then I will also tell her I disagree with her.
That's perfect.
Fair enough.
But I think this is a good spot to pause it for right now, because when we come back, maybe five minutes for us, 5 seconds for y'all. We're gonna we're gonna be talking about getting into some cultural stuff, some hip hop, what's going on in that world, and we'll get back with y'all. Before we go, we got to pay our corporate sponsors, tonsofpotential.com, tonsofpotential.com, tonsofpotential.com.
We still gotta collab on that shirt. We have not had that business meeting yet. We've been talking about other surprise meetings that we've been having. Down the road, we are really going to come up for y'all, man. We got some surprises for y'all, but definitely get on tonsofpotential.com, get your merch.
All right. I guess we'll break it here, and we'll be back. 5 seconds for y'all, 5 minutes for us.
Yeah.
Okay. Go back on.
All right, I'm gonna bring us back in 4, 3, 2, 1. What's going on, y'all? We are back from our break, the Three Guys with Common Sense podcast again. My name is Quill Will, and I am accompanied by the Slanger Man himself, Avatar Slang. And we got Moolah over here, Prosecco Mike.
Man, this is tough. I'm taking my talents to South Beach.
Oh, man. South Beach.
10 years he said that. 10 years ago he said that. I remember exactly where I was when he said that. I was in the hotel room. I was in the hotel room at Disney, matter of fact. And I left a ride to go back to the room to watch that on TV.
I was with our friend over on Master Street with a bunch of our other friends. And I was just like, damn, like the NBA world is over. Like, this is like earth-shattering.
Mm-hmm. I remember the news came out before, and the only reason why I remember that is because on this day, I actually had put on Facebook.
The Facebook one? Okay. No, sorry.
Oh, I had put on Facebook, just read that LeBron is going to choose the Miami Heat as his new team. Shaking my head. They're going to win championships like crazy now. Well, Mike, from 10 years ago, they only won 2.
Not 1, not 2, not 3,
not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7.
Can I give my opinion on that?
Go for it.
Go ahead.
I think 2 is a success in regular, as far as the regular teams go.
1 is
yeah. Actually, if they had 1, I would call it underwhelming. 1's a success, but I would call it underwhelming still, because I think to go back to back is crazy. Because Spurs never even done that. But I think you can't have a parade. Like, I'm not about celebrating things that didn't happen yet.
Well, let's not get too far ahead, because we gotta talk about
the actual decision.
The show on leaving first.
Cool.
So
let's get there. Okay.
He made the right decision to leave.
It was the right decision. My thing is, don't make a show about leaving, because you wasn't going to make a show called The Decision about staying, because why would you do that? Anyway.
Bingo. That's cool. That's right.
He made a show centered around him breaking the hearts of every Cleveland fan known to man. And that's probably the biggest mistake in LeBron's career. But the outcome weighed out the decision, because he did end up becoming a champion. So in hindsight, when you look back on it, yes, the show was bad. Now, even when you watch it today, it was bad. It was bad in the time and it's bad today. But the decision itself was good. Now, the next day when he's sitting on the podium at a prep rally with 2 other stars, and he's talking about not 5, not 6, not 7. That was worse than the decision. Now,
Yep.
That was worse than the show because you put a bullseye on your head. And every player is watching you do this. And now you made yourself the bullseye. So when you got up on that Mount Rushmore, aka the NBA Finals, and you scoring 8 points a game, well, not really 8 points a game, but 8 points that matters.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, LeBron.
When Dirk shot the lights out for majority.
Also, that's also pretty bad because the magic number he created was 7. Mm-hmm. Who has won less than 7 rings?
First of all, he knew he wasn't staying there 7 years. So why would you even say it?
Wait. Well, in retrospect, I heard that he didn't know until that year, but that's the whole thing. Like, even then, that's still stupid, no matter how. Like, mm-hmm. whether he knew or not, that's still pretty stupid because it's like, you didn't even stay long enough to win 7. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. But, yeah, that's crazy because it's like you create the magic number 7. When you create the magic number 7, the guy we loved our entire lives, Michael Jordan, has 6. So it's like, now we know what you're chasing. And
he's came out and said he's chasing the ghost. But
so it's like now all of that is like you kind of put this weird target on your back, and it's like we put you to that standard. Now to a lot of us, you're not better than Michael Jordan.
LeBron villainized himself in that moment.
Mm-hmm. He created angry thing. What's that?
He created that narrative that guys like, I'll just call him Rock La Familia, runs with to this day. Shout out to him, that's my brother. I won't say your real name, I'll just say Rock La Familia. Because I don't know if you run from the cops or not.
Oh my God.
But go ahead and give your opinion, Quill.
I honestly, he set an impossible standard for himself. Mm-hmm. But then again, at the same time, when has his career not been about impossible standards? Mm-hmm. Impossible standards were set for him out of high school. So that precedent was already set that he had to reach impossible heights.
When he got the tattoo chosen one at the age of 17, you set a bar way high.
Mm-hmm.
At least he reached it.
Yeah, I think
he exceeded that chosen one tattoo.
He exceeded everything possible, everything that we thought he was going to be. He's done that probably times 2 or 3.
Him going to Miami had to happen.
Mm-hmm. And he became a better player because he got with a better leader, I think, in Dwayne Wade. Mm-hmm. It helped him grow as a person, helped him grow as a player.
A man.
Right. I mean, Heedle LeBron is a force that we've never seen before and we may never see again. He was that good.
Yep.
I like that D Wade told him that, all right, bro, you got to be the best one here because that's the way we're going to win. I think he said that the year after.
I just wish Joel Embiid would tell Ben Simmons, you got to be the best one here.
He's not the man to do it yet. Because Wade, he didn't win like Wade already did.
Yeah, you're right. It cut different.
That's the tale of 2 different NBA players. Mm-hmm. One,
like Embiid didn't do anything yet. So
right. You got to think Embiid's still just scratching the surface. He's only been playing basketball, organized basketball, for less than 10 years still. Right. So
he don't know shit. Not yet.
In a weird way, that's bad for the Sixers, but that's a different conversation.
Well, I've been very vocal about that, but like you said, different conversation.
So, and bringing it back to LeBron, I think he's secure in his legacy.
Correct.
And that decision helped him become secure in that legacy because he would not have reached the heights he's reached without making that decision. I like, the fact that the donations and all of that stuff, Boys and Girls Club, perfectly fine and okay. But, that was a real dick move.
Yeah, you don't do that. But that we've never seen anything like that happen again because when you think about it, Carmelo Anthony left a whole different way to go to New York.
He forced his way out.
Dwight Howard left a whole different way to go to L.A. The first
thing we saw was Kevin Durant.
Right. Kevin Durant did a newspaper. Nobody got on a stage on ESPN and said, I'm taking my talents to East Bubblefuck. No one else did that. And, LeBron had to do that to set a standard that shows you can't do stuff like that.
You know what's forgotten?
You can't rip the heart out of fans like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's forgotten?
What?
That's the wildest free agency we had in my lifetime, I think. In our lifetime.
That and last year.
And
what last year's again?
And
the TV deal year.
In 04, yeah.
I don't remember 04 as well, maybe. 04 was the McGrady Nash one, right?
McGrady, Shaq, Kmart went to Denver.
Okay. Yeah. I think those were a lot of trades, but I mean, as far as free agencies.
Oh, last year.
Okay, because I was going to say that it was crazy that free agency was meant to be crazy, and then we found out there was going to be a show for it. And that's how you know that was a big deal, because the free agency was already crazy, and the show overshadowed the fact that Joe Johnson and all those people were free agents. Carlos Boozer, who was good at the time, no matter what we think now, he was considered great at the time.
Basically, Amari was going to the Knicks thinking he was getting another star with.
Yeah.
Yeah. He ended up going there by himself until Melo got there.
Yeah, and the Bulls thought they were getting somebody. I mean, they got somebody, but they thought they had a chance for LeBron. Mm-hmm. And they thought they had a chance for LeBron and Bosh, and they had so for Boozer.
They were supposed to get Bron and Wade.
Oh, because he's from there, right? See?
Yeah. They thought they had locked it with Wade. And Wade even came out and said he was very close to going there until LeBron called him up.
Oh, snap. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I just thought that was a funny little wrinkle.
Right. So
it finished free agency forever. It had to happen. Like I was telling the guys earlier, it just, in the time, it was crazy. We all thought they was actually going to win 100 championships, and it was 2. Still,
I didn't actually.
Well,
no, not even 100. I didn't have them winning that first year.
Well,
I didn't think they were going to win the first year, but they overachieved the first year.
In the moment, I thought, they're just going to run away with this thing, until I saw how the roster played out, and I said, they're not winning shit.
Yeah, their role players were a little weird that year.
Because they couldn't afford nobody else.
Mm-hmm.
Until they had to show that they were really good, and then that's when you convinced Ray Allen to come. Just imagine.
Shane came through.
Yeah, just imagine if they had to trade for Shane, right?
Yep.
I don't remember.
Just imagine what would have happened.
Yeah, Joel Anthony at center.
A traditional big or half
decent. Did.
Yeah. Just imagine if Whiteside was just half of what he is today.
Give them a
Tyson
Chandler type of player.
Yeah.
And see how good they would have been.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Tyson went to Dallas that offseason.
And he was still in his defensive player of the year mood. He was still on defense there. So yeah, and he was an integral part of them winning that. But we were talking about this decision, and I kind of want to pivot here on bad decisions. DeSean Jackson. DeSean, I get where you were coming from, but you mentioned Adolph's name. That's a bad drawing.
Adolph doesn't have credibility. Adolph don't have the credibility. Right. If someone else had said that, it would be like, I'll listen probably, but Hitler, come on.
Even though we know it's not from Hitler, it's from Farrakhan. Now, how you feel about Farrakhan is dependent. It's an interesting thing. Me, myself, having seen Farrakhan speak as a younger child and morally conflicted with Farrakhan. I agree with some of the stuff he says. I don't agree with plenty of stuff he says.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to read the room. That's the term that these young folks are saying now. Read the room. If you don't read the room, how are you going to make that kind of statement? And for him to make that when your boss is a Jew Your boss's boss is a Jew. You can't do that. You can't do that. And he really jammed himself up. Now, the biggest thing here is I'm not concerned about him getting cut. Financial reasons, it's impossible to cut him. But if the Eagles decide they did want to cut him, is that setting a dangerous precedent? Because Riley Cooper wasn't cut for calling him, saying he's gonna beat every nigger around in here, nigger, that he was gonna beat every nigger.
I don't think they ever said that word in my life, to be honest. Like with the ER? That's like, what makes you say that?
That's what he said.
I know. I'm just saying, like, what makes a human being say that? That's weird to me.
It's not weird when it's from a place of hate, and the fact that he's
You're right.
And he got sensitivity training, and y'all talk about cutting DeSean. Come on, man, you can't do that. The Eagles backed themselves into a corner because guess who the GM was when Riley Cooper did this? Howie Roseman. The owner was still Jeffrey Lurie. You cannot, you shouldn't, because I believe in teaching moments, just like we talked about in previous podcasts with Drew Brees. Ignorant, yes. Bigot, intolerant, no. I don't think so. So you can't, it's hard. You cannot cut somebody. You can't even consider cutting them when you've let something just as bad fly not even 10 years ago. Same corporate structure as far as GM, owner.
I think what Riley Cooper said was worse, and I'm very sympathetic towards all people, but I think it's weird to have a personal issue with somebody and then use a derogatory term that hurts everybody. But that's not the debate here. I just needed to put that out.
Yeah, it is interesting because you see, I'm reading a lot from the Jewish community. Joe Banner, former Eagles GM, was hot about it. A lot of the Jewish media was not pleased about it, saying that he should be cut, fined, and suspended by the NFL. Blah blah blah. NFL basically said, "We out of this. The team got to deal with it." And honestly, I think that was the correct call. I think, like I said, he came from a place of ignorance in a sense where he didn't know that those words were going to have that kind of effect. Yes, he was trying to uplift the Black community with the message, and I get the message. I get exactly what the message was. But when you see that Hitler tag next to that quote, all of that goes out the window.
He's let's call it what it was. Like, the way we hate slavery, that's the way Jews hate the Holocaust.
Right. The experience, I don't want to say is similar, but it's similarly painful. Let's put it like that. It's a similarly painful experience, and you have to have a little bit more tact and understanding. Now, what I don't like is using this mistake as as sort of a veil of to veil racism and attacks against him and his character, in a sense where that, people are saying he's not the brightest bulb in the box and he's an ass hat and blah blah XYZ, and then talking about and using that as a springboard to shit on Black Lives Matter and that whole movement. That you don't want to see, which is just as dangerous. It's reactionary. It's almost like you hurt me, so I'm going to say stuff that hurts you right back. You don't want to see that going on here. I just feel like this is an opportunity. I did like what several of the Jewish communities prominent in Philadelphia and the surrounding area said. That yes, his action in that regard and sending that message was condemnable. It was abhorrent. You don't want to see that kind of stuff. But they do not believe that he came from a place of ill intent. They said, regardless of the intent, that clearly says that he didn't come from a place of ill intent. They just believe that he came from a place of ignorance, and it's a time to educate. Ain't that what us, us Black folk, we listen, we were trying to educate y'all on what's going on or what's wrong. You can't.
You think that's what most black people are trying to do? No, that's not true.
What you think?
No, like because we're just point at the point. Like that's why the situation sucks because it's like people are gonna gravitate towards what he said because it's like you know what? Let's treat people the way they're treating us, and that's why this was a dangerous message to point out. Because let's be realistic. People want to see what we just said and like why are they sympathizing with Jews? They're the ones oppressing us too. Because at the end of the day, you don't see Jewish, you see white.
That's fair.
So it's like not that you're wrong, but unfortunately, everything's a face value thing in America. Like I posted it, like quick example. I posted an article of Josh Richardson being a top shooting guard. No one read the article of who was better than him. They just said no. That and it's like they didn't even know Danny Green was on the list. You see what I'm saying? So everything's a face value thing.
15, wasn't he? Danny Green was 15.
Yes. See, you read the article. That's
Marcus
that's
Smart,
why you're on this podcast, because you don't take face value. You read things.
Marcus Smart was 11th. And
Yeah.
Nonsense.
if you think Marcus Smart is better than Josh Richardson, then we're on two different planets.
That's debatable, but at least you read it and you took
I
it.
don't think it's debatable. I think.
Well, if he's 11th, Josh Richardson got to be top 15 then. He has to be.
Okay. No. What I'm saying is, at least at the very end of the day, we're getting a little off, but I want to say, at least you read.
Oh yeah.
You try to dig in and you made an opinion. People don't dig in. Like they see white people, they're like, whatever, that's my opinion. And they don't even dig into why the DeSean Jackson thing was wrong or right. They just know how they feel.
You got to dig into everything. That's why
Yep.
Seeing things on the internet and just hitting the share button is dangerous because some of you idiots think that Michael Jordan actually funds a prison.
Like the name Michael Jordan can't be a common name.
Right.
It is a common, both of them. Michael and Jordan. Michael is a common name. Jeffrey is a common name. Jordan is a common name.
Until you dig into it and a white man pops up. But none of y'all are going to say y'all was wrong.
They're going to disappear.
Michael Jordan disappear.
No.
We correct them, they don't respond.
They're just going to pivot and find something else to talk about.
Mm-hmm. Oh, personally, I see people disappear. I correct them. They're like, they don't comment. But when they know they're right, they have all the argument in the world. That's my experience.
That's why everything you say, you have to dig. You have to.
Mm-hmm. You have to.
Because you can't just recycle the things that you heard, because when someone asks you why, which is going to be me, I'm going to ask you why you think that. And if you just give me a stupid look, I'm going to say, oh, okay. Because I know what it is. So,
Mike, so you think that, I guess in this situation, I know you said you weren't totally versed on it. Let's say hypothetical, if the money did work and they could cut DeSean, do you cut DeSean after not cutting Riley Cooper for saying nigger?
No, because then it's not fair. Because I think saying nigger is more harsh, but that's just me because I am a black man in America. But people make mistakes. Drew Brees shouldn't be cut for his remarks. Okay. People make mistakes. I think if you make repeated actions, then you should take the proper actions after that. But one mistake can't, you shouldn't sell the farm after one chicken laid a bad egg.
I have a different question. Did you notice this? Both of y'all. Okay. Did you notice that in entertainment and sports, that's the only thing where we care if people lose their jobs depending on how they acted outside of their job?
Because we like to see people on top fall. We like to see people with money lose it all. Everybody loved Mike Tyson until he lost all his money.
Or it's funny, we don't like it when we see in a documentary. That's when we're sad.
That too. We all love Whitney Houston until we figured out she was really on drugs.
And she got
But when you see it in a 25-year documentary later, that's when we're like, damn, that sucked.
And then the narrative changed. Oh, Bobby did that to her, when it's really the other way around.
It's funny because we don't even know why we said that. Not us because we were too young, but society. We don't even know why we said that.
Because they want to place blame. When they make somebody the golden child, they want to place blame on somebody else. It's someone else's fault why they turned out that way.
I'm sorry. I'm still stuck in the word golden child because our friend in the group called Steph Curry our golden child. But that's a whole different thing. That just threw me off.
What does Scarface say? You need a guy like me. You need a bad guy. We are very clique based in the United States. I always want to say clique for lack of a better term. Like you got your black folk, like your BLM, you got your Jews, you got your white supremacists, you got your nationalists, you got your socialists and your liberals and your this blah blah blah. We're very cliquey.
Mm-hmm.
And to validate your opinion, to validate your movement, you need that bad guy. You need that person. You don't want to see it, but you need that person to vilify. And DeSean just so happens to be the flavor of the week.
And he's easy to attack because, unfortunately, he's the typical type of black guy that people see in society.
Oh, and he got that label of, there was rumor that a Philly writer, Elliot Shore Parks, fucking hate him. That's besides the point. He had said there were gang ties with DeSean.
That's what I'm saying. And the way he comes off, like he has attitude. It looks like he's cool. So that's the easiest type of black guy to attack. And he's from where he's from. That's easy to attack for white America.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's interesting to think about when it comes to stuff like that. When you see, you know, you're right. He is an easy target, so to speak. Mm-hmm. He's the flavor of the week. But you got Jake Fromm saying only elite white people need to own guns, and nothing happens to him.
Because what you said, he's white.
And on top of that, he's not.
Right. Go ahead.
It goes a little back to your old point that he doesn't have anything yet. Because what if Tom Brady has said that?
They would have no, they probably would have.
There's a bigger chance, I should say. There's a bigger chance. We don't know because the internet goes anyway.
You know why people were pissed off with Breeze is because Breeze was seen as one of the good guys. You thought.
Bingo.
You thought that he would have understood because Breeze has a lot of very redeemable attributes. He's typically and generally a well-liked person around the league, very well respected. So for that to happen, you know, it kind of like it really rocks the boat.
That's where I'm going.
That's like thinking like the equivalent to Drew Brees for the NFL. I look at Magic Johnson for the NBA. If I tell Magic Johnson things that happened in my childhood, it would probably blow him away. He probably wouldn't even understand, even though he's a black man. But he grew up in a totally different environment than I did. And he's been famous longer than he wasn't.
That's true.
So
like he was famous at like 19, 20.
Right. So, you know, but to close this out, we have to watch who we build up, because who we build up, we try to destroy with the same stick. Look what they did to Michael Jackson. They made him the greatest thing to ever walk, to the point that he couldn't walk and had to take painkillers, which drove to his death. Remember that.
Okay, I like that. Now, let's move on to another villain. Well, he's not a villain, but he has villain vibes. 50 Cent.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's a villain. He's a villain. He is a villain.
Okay, cool. We agree then. I just didn't want to be that rude guy.
50's a villain to people he really doesn't like. I've watched him piece it up with people that I thought he would never piece it up with. So,
and that's the thing about him. I don't like that though, because it's like, Mike, the moment me and you argue, I'll bring up things from 2015, and you're like, wait, we were cool in 2015. Why did that matter? Mm-hmm. I didn't mean to cut you off, but that just really jumped in my head.
Well, 50 jumps the gun sometimes. Mm-hmm. Like his beef with Fat Joe was really only because he was on the New York record with Ja Rule. And that's why he beefed with Jadakiss. So there really was no problem except for they were on the song with Ja Rule, who he hates, which I understand the hate for Ja Rule. Now, I get why y'all will never be cool, because you feel like they tried to blackball you, they tried to murder you, and they built a whole persona on that, and you had to come within that fire to be who you are today. Fully understand that.
Well, now let's get to his could-be adversary, T.I.
Huh. Who's being the caricature of itself. But continue.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shoot! I thought he was a character, but I think it's easier to expose now in 2020.
I can't figure out who T.I. is. One week he's an activist, the next week he's screaming that he's king, and then another week he's expeditiously the smartest man in the room.
Maybe just all of those.
Huh?
Maybe just all of those. He's probably just all of those.
Maybe it is. Then he's on TV talking about Hyman. I don't know what T.I. is from a day-to-day basis.
I hate you.
I don't know what he is. Maybe he's Hyman.
At least you know what you're gonna get out of 50 Cent. He's consistent.
Yeah. I know what I'm getting out of 50 Cent. I don't know if T.I. is going to pull a big word out his ass and beat me.
Yes, you do, because it happens every week. But you know what? We're getting off point. Let's talk about what the people care about.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the king, the urban legend, who's going to lose to 50 Cent, even though this battle will never happen.
Losing to 50 Cent.
He will lose.
I got T.I. also.
I got T.I.
I
think most of 50's a singles guy, like T.I. is. He has a classic album, Massacre. I think a lot of people kind of argue that's classic or not. I wouldn't be shocked if someone. Well, I know you don't think that, but I wouldn't be shocked if someone thought that. I wouldn't agree, but I wouldn't be shocked if they thought that. I don't think so. But I feel like, especially the age we were when that happened, people, when things happen at a certain age or somebody, they don't revisit that with an older perspective, I feel like.
Also true.
So.
That's like everybody loves King. Listen to King today.
Fair. But remember that T.I. had, for a lot of people, they just remember how good you two guys are with music. Let's get into the mind of the average fan. We are in the playlist era. So you're going to take the songs you like from King, the songs you like from T.I. vs. T.I.P., and line them all up. If you do that for 50 Cent, that might come from the first two albums, a little bit from that third one, and maybe from that movie soundtrack.
And I would come away from the mixtapes and Beg for Mercy album. That's it.
Okay. Okay. So T.I.
And features.
Okay. So I got T.I. because I think Lil Wayne ran hip hop. I'm not even big on Lil Wayne, but he had the world's attention.
Right.
For that span. T.I. rivaled that commercially.
So you believe T.I. is in the same class as Lil Wayne? Is that what you're saying?
In what way?
Like, okay, I'll go off of what T.I. said. T.I. said, T.I. thinks that this is T.I.'s thoughts. Okay. I'm not saying I agree or disagree. He believes that he is in the class. He believes that he exceeds 50. He believes he is in the class of Jay-Z, Kanye, and Lil Wayne.
What he has going for him is that
from his catalog, he believes.
I know why he thinks that. I get that.
I get it too. Doesn't mean I agree.
Okay, so I don't know, because it's like it'd be easier for me to agree if T.I. and 50 Cent were more my type of rappers. I like their music, but when I gravitate towards breaking out somebody's skill, y'all know my taste. I like Nas, Lupe, Kendrick. That's yours. What, Nas?
Yeah.
I think his music doesn't add up to his lyricism.
Okay. That makes more sense. I don't think I've ever heard you say that.
That was my point the whole time.
Okay.
T.I.'s feature list is kind of.
I'm a lyrics guy first. I'm a lyrics first guy.
Okay.
So
and I'm a more of a wordplay guy.
Well, yeah, I am that too. I mean, like, I like Lupe, and I think that's a whole different thing. I'm just saying, like, I don't gravitate towards the way T.I. and 50 Cent raps. I like the sound of their music when I'm listening to them. Mm-hmm. But what their rap style isn't why I'm listening to them. Like
I like T.I. I really do like T.I. T.I.'s music just doesn't grab me like people think that it grabs them. Like people,
okay.
I'll use my wife as an example. She loves the King album because that's where she was introduced to T.I. at.
I was introduced to
T.I. off the Need for Speed game when you
Underground too.
24s. And I was like, who the hell is this on Need for Speed? And then I remember finding, was it Trap Music? I found that CD. And I think right after that CD came out, right after I bought that CD, Urban Legend came out. So then Urban Legend was my shit. So to me, King is too commercialized, if that makes sense. Because I'm used to, I'm serious at this point, because I had went back. Now I'm on I'm serious, Trap Music and Urban Legend.
What you said is really key for my point. When you get to T.I., when I think about I'm serious, I think about when I was 13. And that's a drastic, from 13 to 17 is drastic in our, in a person's life, because you don't feel the same way you felt at 13. So now you're talking about Paper Trail. I'm thinking about what college I'm gonna go to. That's a whole different. 13 was decades ago, as far as I'm concerned. So just the idea of knowing. Go ahead, go.
No, I was in college. Matter of fact, the first rap concert I ever went to was T.I., and I believe it was.
That had to have been Paper Trail.
It might have been T.I. versus T.I.P.
Okay. Were you class of 08?
Yeah.
Okay, I remember because you were a little older than me at Bonner.
Yeah, because I was up there. The picture's still on Facebook. Let me see if that is the right album time frame.
Okay. Well, while you look that up, I'm gonna say
that was 2007. So it's funny because I'm thinking Paper Trail.
Paper Trail was like 08 or 09.
Paper Trail, it was 08.
Okay.
It was 08. So Paper Trail is and I was saying to people around me, I'm like, T.I. was so much better 5 years ago. Like when he was releasing Urban Legend than Paper Trail. Paper Trail was the apex of his commercial success. He had already started falling off.
But that goes back to what I'm saying, Quill. Because you can't. The people watching aren't as analytical as you. They're just going. Versus is about the way the songs hit you. It's almost like a freestyle battle. It's about that. It's like when Kara once says emceeing how you move the crowd. It's about how those songs hit a lot of those people. When you go from I'm serious, or maybe not even I'm serious, Rubber Band Man. Oh, I remember when I was in West Philly at the block party, Rubber Band Man came on. Then go to give me a single from Paper Trail. It's not hitting me right now. Whatever you want, whatever you like. Then you're talking about Swagger Like Us and Live Your Life. You're like, oh shoot, Graduation. For a lot of people our age group, because in the group page, a lot of people are our age group conveniently. So that's just too drastic for them. Whereas 50 Cent, by 2008, Get Rid of That Trying felt almost like a throwback.
I always say Get Rich or Die Trying because it came out when we was 12. Now I remember my aunt sneaking buying me the
dirty version.
The dirty version when my mom had bought me the clean version, and I would hide the dirty version in the clean version case. I just remember that being like a sing-along. Like everyone knew that album. My dad even had In the Club as his ringtone. My dad does not know anything about hip hop. No.
Oh shoot, okay.
So
yeah, that song was big.
50 was like the biggest thing going at this point. So I don't know
that's why it's oranges to apples in some ways.
It is. So when you think about these battles, and we saw with the Jadakiss and Fab thing, all that story shit goes out the window. Is your song going to hit when you hit play? Well, I know what Many Men means to me. Now, I don't know what it's going to mean on IG with 500,000 people watching.
And that's why it sucks that he was a moment in some ways.
Many Men to me was a scary song. No, because like I said, I'm a wordplay. I want to close my eyes and picture what you're saying.
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay, I got you.
Like Lil Wayne, when I close my eyes and listen to him, I'm everywhere. I don't know where I'm at. That's why I don't.
I like that you said that. I like that you said that because that's why I'm at too.
Jay-Z, it's like they sit me in a room and I'm riding the song with them. and I'm seeing what they're explaining.
It's like watching an episode in a way.
Yeah.
Correct. When 50 made Get Rich or Die Trying, it was like a movie in album form.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of like the movie explained what we already knew. The movie that came years later.
Mm-hmm. T.I. doesn't make music like that to me.
No, he doesn't.
But T.I. makes music that T.I. makes music for the South. He's the king of the South. Can't take that away from him.
And Scarface stamped that just in case people want to trip. Scarface.
I hated that, but I'm good. I got you. I remember that.
Pharrell said that he is Jay-Z of the South. That's Pharrell's words, not Michael Head. But you know, the standards that T.I. stands on, I understand, because he thinks he is in the class of, like I said, Jay-Z, and like we compare him to Jeezy, Rick Ross, like that demographic. Ludacris.
Even Gucci to an extent.
Yeah. And he's like, no, fuck that. I'm not in that group. I'm above them. I am with Jay. I am with Nas. I am with Kanye. I don't view it like that, though. But who am I to tell an artist about his catalog? No.
And we don't live down south either.
Huh?
And we also don't live down south, so the feelings are probably slightly different.
Right. Like, I've only spent summers in the South, and I lived in the South for 2.5 years. So I'm very kind of surface with the South, but I also know, I know what the South likes, but I'm not like knee deep into it.
I'll tell you this. My experience when I went to my wife's family reunion 2-3 years ago.
Where at?
North Carolina, Charlotte.
Okay.
I don't think it would have been fair to say 50 had a better catalog than T.I. by the look of the commercialism. They're stuck on trap music still. Mm-hmm. The way we're stuck on Flip Side.
Yeah.
Philadelphia Freeway and Beans.
We also have a New York bias. If you look in our group, a lot of us like we all like Jadakiss and Styles P. We all like Beanie Siegel. We all like the things that relate to us. That's why for me, I've always said West Coast is just not my thing, unless it's Kendrick. Because Snoop, I don't go past his first album. I just don't do it. It's just not for me. I've never listened to DOC. I never listened to, Warren G. That's just not for me.
Actually, that one Warren G album, the one with Regulate on it, was kind of dope. I listened to it randomly one day. I don't know what possessed me.
Too Short and E40 are, tomorrow's not trash day, but they would be out in the trash on Tuesday.
Don't do that to my man E40.
Sprinkle me.
Well, I wouldn't be able to carry them, so yeah. I wouldn't be
all right. So, okay, what do we vote on? Oh no, go ahead, Cliff.
I was going to say let's center this back. Give me a hypothetical score, Mike. 20 songs.
12. What's that? 12-8.
12-8. You got 12-8. Just straight up 12-8.
12-8, 50. That's because he plays I Smell Pussy at the end. And it's like, fuck. And he plays Many Men when T.I. plays, now why you want to go and do that, love, huh? Hey, that trash.
You know what? I have it close. I have it, what is it? I say 11.
I guess
I say like 10, 8, and 2. Like 2 ties.
Oh, 2 ties. Okay.
2 ties.
You thought about this.
Yeah. I got because there's gonna be some washes probably. But it's like at the same time, T.I., of course. I think T.I.'s commercial success was a little bit higher than 50's.
And ranging year-wise.
And I think that's going to have an effect on how some of the songs hit. like Mike was talking about, I think some of the songs are going to hit a little bit stronger. We talked about Swagger Like Us. We know it's a terrible song, but that song is going to hit like, oh, shit, when they play his verse, because his verse was actually okay. So it's just like that song is going to hit fairly well, even though the grand scheme of the song was kind of bad. 50 didn't have a song that matched Swagger Like Us height-wise. Since the first album.
Okay. I mean, I don't know where you're going with that, but I will say that I'm shocked they said that about Swagger Like Us. Mike, you want to say something? I want to hear it.
T.I.'s biggest hit, where I think any song that 50 plays is a point for T.I., is What You Know. That's the only song T.I., and I said this about Fab, that Fab only got Breathe. T.I.'s hit song where
I'm going to correct you on that.
Go ahead.
Fab's biggest song is the one before we knew he could rap. I can't deny it. I think it was his biggest hit.
No.
I looked up the numbers.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about numbers. I'm talking about when you play that record.
Okay, I got you.
What you play against it, that's a point for you.
Okay, I got you.
I'm saying when it rings off. Like, when 50 plays In the Club, that beats almost every song ever made in hip-hop.
See,
come on.
See, when but what happens when T.I. plays You Don't Know?
Many Men and 50 wins.
Top back remix?
That's a clear win. I don't think that's a clear win at all. That's tough.
If 50 puts on Many Men
against You Don't Know Me, that's tough.
Bring them out.
Bring them out.
I got some.
If T.I. plays Bring Them Out, I'm playing PIMP. And that point.
Let me give you all my score.
Okay.
It's a rough score because I think it's close, so I ain't put it song by song. But off of feel, I'm giving it T.I. 11-9.
11-9.
Mm-hmm.
I can live with that.
It ain't gonna be like 15-5 like how Jadakiss was.
Oh no.
I mean, Fab shouldn't have got school like that, but whatever.
That's because
DJ is still walking home, by the way. His DJ is still walking.
Hit like that no more, man. Fab songs.
Guess what I'm gonna be doing when 50 battles T.I. I'm gonna put on my comment hat and just be sleeping. It's like, no, I actually, since it's on Apple Music, I'll probably put it on the TV or something and watch dishes or something.
What's 50 gonna play when they play T.I. verse from Never Scared?
Ooh.
You think he would play that? Oh, the Bone Crusher John. The Bone Crusher John.
Yes.
Ooh.
I think T.I. might have better features, Mike.
He does probably.
And I think T.I.'s features are weak.
I don't care for his verses, but when it hits you, it hits you. I'm not talking about y'all because not Mike. Quill.
Oh, you gotta play Magic.
What you said about?
Magic Stick.
I don't think that song aged well.
Neither did T.I.
Maybach Music 3. What's he gonna play when we put on?
You don't like T.I., Mike, so that's a little like.
I do like T.I.
You don't seem like it.
I do like him. I just don't know what he is day to day.
Well, what's he?
I like the way you look at T.I. The way I see you as a T.I. fan, the way you look at me as a Nas fan, probably.
T.I. is Robin Williams. I don't know what he is. He's all the characters Robin Williams is.
Don't do this. Don't do this.
He's the genie. He's Mrs. Doubtfire. He's Expedition.
I got where you're going. No wrong.
Good Morning Vietnam, all that.
So it's just it's gonna be interesting to see. T.I.'s features might carry him.
Guess what?
It would be a strong battle. It would be the closest battle that Versus has had. It would be razor thin.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
it'll never happen though.
It really depends on how they play songs. And I think
that's what it is.
I think 50 would lead off with I Smell Pussy. And then T.I.
He better not play that song he got with Neo.
Oh yeah.
Or AO Technology. That was cool at the time, but I don't want to hear that.
AO Technology was awful.
So
all right, let's think of a dream before we wrap it up. Let's think of a dream, our dream versus battle that we would want. You go first, Quill. Your dream versus battle.
Dream that you would want to see. Battle.
that you know would never happen, but you want to see it?
I actually will be a producer battle for me.
Oh.
Timbaland and Pharrell. It'll never happen. But you talk about two guys in a similar lane that both do R&B, both do pop, both do rap.
That'd be real.
And from a similar area, it would be even better because it would be like a super Virginia battle. You know, that would be my dream battle. And honest to God, that's a tie.
Wait, you said Timbaland and who? Timbaland who?
Timbaland and Pharrell. It would have to be.
Yep, okay.
It had to be like how Jill and Erica was. There's no winner. Just rock 20 records. Just rock for the culture. That's what I need.
Okay.
Go ahead, Slinger.
You go, cause I gotta think of one.
You know what mine's already is. You really want me to go?
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
96 to 93 Jay-Z versus 96 to 04 Jay-Z to 05 to present day Jay-Z.
I'm gonna fight you. That don't make no damn sense.
That is such a fucking Mike answer. That is a Mike answer.
How would I have guessed that? It makes sense, but I wouldn't have guessed that. I thought you had a little sense.
Nope, I want to see that.
That's like 80s to early 90s Mike before, and then it's like pre and post retirement Mike battling each other.
No, there's the fake street side of me, which I'm an in-house nigga. I would be a house nigga. That corner me wants to see Styles P versus Beanie Siegel.
I don't want to
have
see them
a good one
in their prime. I just need to see a street fight.
Yeah.
I'll just give you all a corny one that you're gonna be like, what the heck's wrong with you?
Okay.
Is anyone like mine's probably a present day person?
No.
Who could line up with Kendrick?
Cole.
Kendrick should go against Snoop.
That's the eras will pull people apart.
They both the kings of LA.
I don't listen to Snoop Dogg, so I wouldn't know.
Kendrick versus Drake.
Yeah, that's pulling people too many different directions. How about J. Cole versus somebody?
J.
They
Cole
can only really go against each other. They can only go against each other.
Yeah, I'm fine. Give me Kendrick versus J. Cole. Let's see how that goes, I guess.
Because
I think he's gonna have to play a lot more center though.
Because it's them and then everybody else. It's Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole, and then everybody else.
I want to see Nas versus Hennessy. See
Nas.
You're sick. You're sick.
And on that note, we're just gonna skip the last topic. We've been talking long enough. We're gonna close this out because this guy is gonna drive me to drink.
That's what Nas said.
And on that note, my name is Quill Will, and I'm gonna sign off for this asshole and Avatar slang.
Is it Uchi Wally Wally or is it One Mic or is it Black Girl owe you for ice?
I'm gonna give y'all better verses next week. I'm gonna think on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be here next week.
Nothing's gonna be better than Nas versus Hennessy. Come on, man. Straight up on the
All right.